Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your NHL rundown. We're covering for Vernon for one last day, I think. Maybe not. You never know with him. He's in Vegas. But don't forget, it's Tuesday, the 13th of January. We're going to have all the NHL games. I think there's 10 today. So we're going to try to do these about a minute apiece. As you guys said, you liked the rapid fire we did yesterday. So we're going to do that again for you today. Don't forget, if you want to get in on we both have top plays in NBA and college basketball today. You can get them for $99 per sport. You get both of us. So if you just want NBA or you just want college basketball, or if you want them both, you go right here, docsports.com/Craig Arun. Okay, I see. Let's go Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay won yesterday. Nice win on the road. Minus 131 here, total 6.5. Can Pittsburgh get it done with the rest advantage today?
Yeah, and keep in mind that even if Vernon comes back, if you like our brains and you want us to keep doing this, put it in the comment section as well, because we do enjoy doing it for you. But when it comes to Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh here, Tampa Bay is a minus 130 chalk on the road here. Pittsburgh won 4-3 last time. Tampa Bay has a little bit of revenge coming in. They have won 10+ in a row. Pittsburgh coming off back-to-back losses, 0-1, 1-2. When Pittsburgh does well, they score goals, and that is the difference. And I think Pittsburgh's going to be a great active dog, and I think Tampa Bay is going to do what they do, and I like this game to go over the 6.5 goals. Craig, Montreal is a plus 137 dog against Washington here. Keep in mind that Washington comes off of an 8-4 win against this team last time. Montreal, of course, big win against Vancouver, 6-3. Washington comes off a loss to Nashville as a favorite of 2-3, or they were favored by minus 132, and they lost 2-3. Does Washington bounce back?
The big key here is Washington has the big rest edge. Montreal had a nice win yesterday, beat Vancouver 6-3. Now they, as a big favorite, now they face Washington with a huge rest edge. And like you said, they've lost 2 of their last 3. I think Washington gets it done, minus 165. Let's take it in regulation. How about that? We get it like even money that way. Calgary at the Blue Jackets here. Blue Jackets fired their coach yesterday. They're favored by minus 142, total 6. I guess this is a little of the juice from firing your coach. What do you like here?
Calgary beat them 5-1 last time. Calgary comes off of a nice win against Pittsburgh 2-1. They were minus 156 favorite. Columbus, of course, comes off beating Utah 3-2 as a minus 146 favorite. They had lost 4 in a row before that, and then they let go of their coach. Right, so you get 2 teams off. But the difference is that Calgary, of course, comes off that big 5-1 win over this team last time. I don't really trust Calgary either. They had scored 1, 1, and 2 goals. Columbus, of course, coming off that nice win against Utah, and I think they will have a lot of motivation here as they are at home with their new coach. I'm going to back the Blue Jackets. Craig, Vancouver plus 198 dog against Ottawa here. Ottawa won 5-4 2 years ago, so these teams haven't met this year. Vancouver, of course, coming off now what it looks like could be 7 straight losses, including 3-6 against Montreal on the road. Ottawa, not to try to outdo them by too much, 4 straight losses, including 2-3 against Florida as a minus 120 chalk. Who do you like here between Vancouver and Ottawa?
Yeah, we just talked about Vancouver got killed yesterday. They allowed them 8 goals yesterday. I'm taking the over in this game. I think you're going to see a lot of goals here. 6.5, no problemo. Vancouver and Ottawa over in this one. Carolina at St. Louis. Carolina's favorite minus 165, total 6. And Carolina coming off an OT loss at Detroit, like we called yesterday, and they're facing a St. Louis team that's coming off 3 straight losses. What do you like here?
Carolina here, 28-14. St. Louis, 17-21. Carolina, of course, winning 4-1 last time on November the 17th. Carolina coming off a 3-4 loss against Detroit. They had won their 4 games before that, beating New Jersey and Dallas and Anaheim and Seattle. So you're getting an opportunity here with 2 teams that haven't met this year. You're getting Carolina off of a 3-4 loss. You're also getting St. Louis off of 3 straight losses, 3-7, 2-4, 2-4. When St. Louis does well, they play phenomenal defense. They've given up 15 goals in the last 3 games. When Carolina does well, they usually play pretty good defense. The last 4 wins, they give up 1, 3, 2, and 2 goals. For me, I'm taking the under between Carolina and St. Louis. Craig, Detroit, that's under 6 goals. Detroit is a plus 112 dog against Boston here. Detroit won 5-4 in their last contest. Detroit has won 4 straight in a row coming into this contest. Boston comes into this game having won 3 in a row as well, 1-0, 10-2, and 4-1. So you get Boston with 3 straight wins. You get Detroit with 4 straight wins. Who do you like here?
Well, Detroit's won 4 in a row. They are in a back-to-back against a Boston team with rest advantage, but I'm going to take the underdog here. Sometimes, you run off some of these, and it doesn't matter you're in a back-to-back or not. I'm going to take Detroit plus 110. I think Boston's the better team, but sometimes the hotter team just continues to roll, and I think that's the case here. Let's take Detroit. Next game, Islanders at Winnipeg. And the Islanders are 6-2-2 in their last 10. They're facing a terrible Winnipeg team. But Winnipeg's favored by minus 133, total of 5.5, because Winnipeg has won 2 in a row, and the Islanders have they've won 3 of their last 4, so it kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense here. What do you like?
Winnipeg had some success against them, beating them 5-2 last time early this year. Islanders, of course, come off a big win against Minnesota, 4-3. They do have Edmonton on deck, and the Islanders, I wouldn't say are great when it comes to winning back-to-back games. They did beat Toronto and New Jersey recently. Winnipeg, of course, did beat LA, did beat New Jersey, have won back-to-back games, and they were favorites in both those contests. When the Islanders, obviously the Islanders, or when, you have, an Islanders team winning 4-3. Look, when the Islanders do well, they have a tendency to play better defense. They give up 1-0, 2-3, and 0 and 3 goals. That was in overtime in their last series of games. Winnipeg, of course, comes off back-to-back wins. You have to go a long way before you see them winning 3 straight in a row. The last time they won 3 in a row was, you'd have to go back to late October, early November. I think what happens is Winnipeg has a huge offensive letdown. I think the Islanders step up on defense, having a little bit of revenge. And I like the under 5.5 here between the Islanders and Winnipeg, and I was glad to see that total come out at 5.5. Craig, Edmonton minus 117 favorite here against Nashville. Edmonton won 6-2 just a few days ago, about a week ago, against this very team. Edmonton beat Chicago 4-1. Nashville comes off of beating Washington 3-2. Both these teams off of a win, but of course you get Nashville with a little bit of revenge here. Who do you like?
Yeah, and a rest edge. Edmonton played yesterday. Nashville's been off, I think maybe 2 days, but definitely a day. I like Nashville here for revenge spot at a nice underdog price. I just think you're getting Edmonton in a tough scheduling spot, and I think that makes all the difference in this one. Now, last 2 games, Toronto at Utah. Utah favored minus 160, total 6.5. What do you like in this matchup?
Yeah, look, Toronto won 5-3 earlier this year. Toronto comes off 3 straight big wins against Florida, Philadelphia, and Vancouver, winning 4-1, 2-1, and 5-0. That's phenomenal defensive performance. Utah coming off a loss against Columbus 2-3, but had beaten the Rangers, Ottawa, and St. Louis 3-2, 3-1, and 4-2. The question here is, can Utah bounce back, and can Utah get revenge? Toronto off of a series of losses, and I'm going to back Utah minus the 160 here. I think they're going to do great. I think they're going to have to do great, obviously. Coming off a 2-3 loss against Columbus, they were playing really well, coming in winning 3 straight. I think Toronto's going to have a big letdown after that big 5-0 win over Vancouver, and I'm going to back Utah here today. Craig, the final game here is Dallas minus 114 chalk against Anaheim. Dallas, of course, comes off a nice 8-3 win in their last contest. Dallas, of course, lost 4-5 against San Jose. Anaheim comes into this game now having lost 9 in a row, but do only come as a plus 101 dog. Who do you like here?
Man, both these teams have been really struggling. I'm going to take the over in this game. I mean, Dallas allowed San Jose to score 5 goals last time out. Anaheim allowed Buffalo to score 5, Carolina to score 5, Philly 5, 7 to Washington, 5 to Minnesota. Over 6.5 in this last game. So that's what we have for today. Hope everybody enjoyed our quick rundown. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up, put in the comments what you like. And if you want in our best plays right here, we're both going to have top plays in both NBA and college basketball. You can get in at docsports.com/Craig Arun. Just $99 per sport, and you get both of us for a full 7 days. Good luck.